G'day everyone. Everyone would love Avicii, so hope you enjoy them in the background. I'm going to turn him down a bit though. Welcome to Liana James Hair and Beauty, where we're talking all things hair and beauty. So what we're doing over the next 30 odd days, I don't know how many's left now, but we're going to talk all different things about hairdressing and how we can potentially help some of you out there in the Instagram world. So we're going to talk about myths in the past, what we've done so far. In case you missed me, actually, my name's Tony, by the way. In the past, what we've done, we've talked about how to wash hair properly. We've talked about De Lorenzo, why we use De Lorenzo. We've talked about Behave. We've talked about sustainable salons and what we do there. I've talked about all different products, and I will continue to talk about the different products that we have available here at Liana James Hair and Beauty. We also want it to be interactive, so I need people, whoever's going to be on, to ask me some questions. You know, the questions that you might be looking for. I don't know what they could be. They could be absolutely anything, ladies and gentlemen. The main thing is that you ask the question to me. So yesterday, what I did a live where we used some water. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the previous one prior to this one. But we filled up some water with some dye in it, and in there I showed an example of when you overwash your hair, how the color evaporates or becomes less intense or less the color that you want it to be. Again, go watch that if you want to see what happens when you overwash your hair. However, overnight we did get an inquiry about what is best, what is going to be best to so we got an inquiry about what happens if I have really oily hair. G'day, Bron. What happens if I have really oily hair? You know, I need to wash my hair on a regular basis, you know, and therefore my idea of not washing your hair too often, subsequently not, you know, affecting your color too badly, what happens in that situation? So I thought that would be something that we'd cover really cool tonight. They asked about dry shampoo. We're also going to look at a few different ways of making sure that your hair is not oily, so you don't have to wash it as much and you don't have to ruin your investment, as in investing in color. So let me show you. Now I have got one product here, oil balance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray oil balance on my hand in a second, and I'm going to show you what happens. Hello Stacy. Hello Marinos. And what I also have, excuse for the bumpiness, what I also have is some dry shampoo. Now, to get you through a few of these times where, you know, your hair's quite oily, dry shampoo is a good solution. Dry shampoo is a great solution actually for you, and it can get you through from one point to another point in your washing cycle. There are other techniques that I'll cover, you know, like using water to wash your hair. There's nothing wrong with actually just getting in there with some water rather than getting with a shampoo that's going to open up the cuticle and allow that color to seep out. What's better is that you just give it a wash with water and then throw some conditioner over the top, so you make sure that that cuticle is nice and shut. The cuticle is what keeps the color in the actual hair shaft. So if I can give an example, because it's been asked that you know, what happens when you have really oily hair. So my hand obviously dry at the moment, and I'm going to spray some oil. Hopefully everyone can see the gloss there on my hand. Okay. Now the benefit of using the De Lorenzo Absorb is that, one, it's not talcum based. Number two, it's rice starch based. It doesn't leave a white residue like some of the other dry shampoos do out there, because it doesn't have that talc base. So you're going to see there is my hand, and just so everyone can see it, I'm going to spray on here and then give it a rub. Boom. Okay, all that oil, and you saw how oily it was, gets sucked up, which is fantastic. Okay, give it a spray, it goes away. Now, I'm going to give another example. I'm going to go use it on Dolly as well, just so everyone can see what it's like on hair itself. Okay, because I think that's important. It's sort of important that we also look at things when we're thinking about, you know, what actually occurs on the actual hair and scalp itself. Because on my skin is one thing, however, on somebody's head is a completely different scenario. So here's Dolly, and I am just going to open that up a touch, and we're going to raise this one. Hello again. We'll go to about there, and I'm going to lean her forward a touch. All right. So we've got our scalp. Now, again, I'll grab some oil balance. This is actually really good for your hair. I'll explain it when I explain essential treatments at a later date. So there you go. If you can't see that, the hair is quite oily now. I'll spray a bit more on there if you really want to, just for good effects. So in case you can't see it, you can see it's pretty shiny in there. It's pretty oily and not so nice. So again, you're coming through, absorb, great product, great little product from De Lorenzo. You come through over the top. Make sure you give it a good shake as well, very important. And voila, dry as anything. Okay, now again, like I said, it's a great little solution. It's a great little solution to get you through. So what I've just been talking about is about oil and how to prevent oil from how to get rid of oil rather than just washing your hair with shampoo conditioner. We're using Absorb, and I've just shown an example where it was on my skin. It went. We had it quite oily, using some oil balance, and then just showed an example of how it disappeared quite quickly, which I think everyone should do. So, very important, just in summing up about this, before we get into some fun stuff, is that if you're trying to extend in between washes, it's critical to do either two things. Number one, using your dry shampoo, again, not talcum based, doesn't leave white residue. Or the other alternative is wash your hair, but just wash it like you're using with water, like you're washing your hair properly, but you're just going to be using the water underneath the tap. I reckon that's the best way to go. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Give it a crack, give the Absorb a crack, give the water a crack, whatever it is, and let me know how it goes. If you also have some other issues in terms of the oil production from the sebaceous gland and not closing over the pore where that sebaceous gland is pumping out oil from, then we have other solutions for that. When we talk about our prescriptive solutions, which we have already, I suggest that you go have a look at that. I'll tell you all about the control prescriptive solutions, which actually actively shuts down that pore on your scalp and settles down the sebaceous gland. Enjoy everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.